We did talk about Annayia and Carl.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, not her saying she was about to fuck that man and say less. I said, okay, sis. Okay, because it did look right good. It did look right good. Okay.
Welcome back in, everyone. This is Black Girls Talking TV, where we bring the group chat to life and discuss all your favorite TV shows. Today is all about Love Island USA Season 8. We are discussing the first half of movie night, since apparently there will be a part 2. I know I said I was all for burning the villa down, but I'm not gonna lie. Watching this, I said this is psychological torture for the men and the women. Okay, I said, is the Alexa Pro on deck? Like, straight up.
I don't know what that is, but I assume it's a medicine.
Yes, for anxiety and depression and yes. Anywho, if you have not already, make sure you hit that description link and get your t-shirt. We have t-shirts for sale that say "Watching Love Island like it's my full-time job." We would absolutely love your support over here at Black Girls Talking TV. I am Victoria. I am one of your hosts, and I'm a psychologist.
And I'm Kamaria. I'm an attorney and a pop culture writer. And before we get into this episode, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell and be in the comments and hype us up. We like a little hype. Let's get into this episode because it was a lot. Like, there was good and there was bad, or not bad, just like you said, it was just a lot. It was a lot of emotions. I would have preferred for the Aniya KC thing to not be rehashed with so much energy, just being real for both of them. Because I think the lady said what they needed to say perfectly. I think that it's disrespect on two fronts. He led her on. He was being a coward. He wasn't telling her what it was, but he was telling everybody else. I was like, all this stuff y'all keep talking about in the KC defenders, this is what we're talking about. He's saying all this stuff to other people. He's not saying it to her. He led her on. And so it is facts that no matter if she didn't see the other stuff he was saying behind her back, he set her up for the okie doke. She expected to be met by the other half of you, the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? She expected that. And so that's the first disrespect, is just leading her on, kind of like lying to her, not really telling her the truth, gassing her up. And then the second disrespect was all of the comments, you know? And so it's like, I don't understand what the issue is. So I think they said that very well, but I think that during all the arguments, it got a little lost at times. And then also the ladies came with a lot of energy.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think at that point they should have just allowed it to be between KC and Annayia, especially because they had already previously had a talk. And from what we saw, it seemed like it didn't necessarily end on like the best of terms. Annayia said it was fine. It was a good conversation. He apologized. And I was like, it's actually kind of crazy because even then, Annayia still ain't talking shit about that man.
Yeah, but he was talking shit.
He was. I was like, I couldn't get a word in, you know what I'm saying? I just let her get what she needed off her chest, blase blah.
Meanwhile, he was given the floor by her to say what he needed to say. He was given all, no, you go. No, you go. Casey, you go. The man just, he doesn't have he just ain't got it yet. Maybe he's got to grow, but he ain't got it. The just say what's on your chest part, you know, and say it respectfully. Like,
I do think he saw himself though in this. I do think it probably landed a little heavy for him because the entire time he's just like, oh shit, this not good. So yeah, but I think when there's just like a lot of energy going on, and again, at this point, it didn't need that much energy because they've already had a conversation. It is going to breed just defensiveness across the board, you know, and I don't think it helped that one of the comments that they showed was Casey saying the girls in the villa wasn't given like the whole power. They didn't understand my power statement. And I think once you're watching it play out, there's like the shock of it all, because of course they didn't know all these things were being said. They probably could guess, because at the end of the day, he came back with TT. Zach trying to come in and like save the day with his bullshit, talking about if the roles were reversed or if the videos
Yeah, no, Zach ass got him on nerves, got him on nerves, got him on nerves because I'm like, why the fuck you got so much to say? And it's like he's just trying to play gotcha until you be like, oh, okay, okay, you got me. Like he's trying
Yeah.
to play gotcha because these ladies literally said already that he was leading her on, keeping her around as a safe option, wasn't really feeling her as all these conversations with other people express. Like, man, like if you've been saying those things to Annayia, like I think she would have been like, eesh, this doesn't feel so good. Because the way she's handled this whole situation, it lets me know she's someone who cares about herself and she's
Yeah.
someone who will respect herself. And him showing up as his full self, expressing, like, hey, I don't like you, a little annoying, you a little aggy. And I'm not trying to say it like that, but I am trying to say, like, if you said anything, like,
Yeah.
as opposed to just saying it to your boys, I don't think she would have chosen to leave Carl in the villa. Like, I think she would have brought him back and continued to
Mm.
explore. I think she just was very believing the words and then also being with someone 24 hours a day for 3 weeks, you are going to develop a bond. I've been places where I've done like a week at a time of like camping with folks, and it's like no phones, no nothing, and it's just literally y'all, no TV, no nothing. You develop some, you almost sometimes forget that you have a job. You know what I'm saying? You forget
Mm.
like other life. And that was just a week. And so I can only imagine how they are for 3 weeks.
Especially when in that 3 weeks, the overwhelming amount of conversations, at least when it comes to how they're doing, are centered around, no, I want to be with you. No, I'm trying to reassure you. No, I don't want to
Yeah.
explore. There was a large gap between, hey, I think I actually should have explored soul, or X, whatever, X, Y, and Z. And we cannot forget that the most times Annayia became confused was at the hands of somebody else. It wasn't even because KC said it.
Yeah.
The conversations
Yeah.
that Casey and Annayia had that were quote unquote these arguments that had him all stirred up and frustrated was because
Yeah.
of what other people were saying and
Mhm.
challenges, because Casey was being real with everybody else and not with Annayia. And so that is
Yes.
why it
Yes.
was confusing for her, and that is why we are all saying he did lead her on, because you can't just say on the last day before you go to Casa, hey, I think actually I should have did X, Y, and Z, and think the girl not finna be confused when she asks you blatantly, what the fuck is going on with this? Why are people saying this? And you telling me,
You
you
have
telling
nothing
her,
to
oh
worry
no,
about.
it's all good, nothing to worry about, baby. It's
And
you.
and and even that conversation saying he might have would have explored soul or whatever. That's soul. That doesn't mean that this man is about to be like out doing everything or whatever. And I love how they were very clear. That's how, like, sometimes you go into situations, like Melanie is a person who I go into these situations and like of watching her with sincere, and it's like, I think you got it in you, but are you gonna do it? I don't know. You're holding your breath.
Yeah.
With this group, I wasn't holding my breath. I knew they were gonna say what needs to be said. And I do
Mm-hmm.
appreciate that. Like I said, I think that the first time they cussed his ass out, personally, I stand 10 toes down in it.
Yeah,
This
do
time,
it
I'm
again.
also,
I was with the
yeah,
girls, and I would do it
yeah,
again.
I would
Hell
do it.
yeah.
Yes, like I personally agree with that. Like it was wild, but I would have for this one, like for their own sanity, for them to give it a window. It went on quite long, and it got quite heated, and I understand where they're feeling and what's happening because Casey is a boy, and I don't mean that disrespectfully. Sincere, they're boys. They're trying to move into manhood, and he's not understanding how to articulate himself. That's the problem there.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to articulate himself,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not that the ladies are jumping in, like that doesn't help, but aside from that, this man has a fundamental problem of not being able to clearly express what it is he's feeling or what it is he wants to say, right? And that doesn't make it easier, but like I said, it's a fundamental foundational problem he has. That's why when Annayia gave him the floor, he couldn't, nah, you, because I'm not practiced at expressing my feelings. And
Yeah.
so in this moment, like, I think that he could have taken some of it on the chin. And that's the thing, is like his ego won't let him do that though. He won't let them
Yeah.
just get out what they have to say. And so he ratchets up, they ratchet up. He ratchets up, they ratchet up. And I understand the lady's perspective of you don't want to hear that bullshit. You get what I'm saying? But I think like he
Yeah.
doesn't know how to operate with women. He doesn't know how to just pause it for a moment. You got to sometimes take it. Part of being a man is taking it. I'm sorry, like, because we don't have anything else other than our words to be able to express. You know what I'm saying? And we have a lot of words. So sometimes you got to take it. And it doesn't mean not take it and not say anything. It's just take it. Let somebody get out what they need to get out and be quiet. Corbin know how to do that shit. Take it, be quiet, then speak. You know what I'm saying? Then speak. I will say, like I said, that the ladies they were coming in hot. They was coming in hot. Ain't no way to put that other than they was coming in hot. But I think that it's both on both of their parts a little bit of immaturity because I'm 100% with the ladies. I 100% uh feel like everything that they said was valid. There is no double standard. This girl was not about to explore until she saw the movie. You get what I'm saying? Right. She saw him kiss and she's like, okay, well, we'll explore too. And then also, like she said, it's kissing and exploring that's very different than being disrespectful with it. Right. It's just two different things. So
yeah. And I think that because for especially like for men, right? Like the idea is to like I think men value more so having the person and not necessarily like the impact on emotions when it comes to how they move. That's why like Sincere, he's just like, oh, new candy, it feels good. Come, without thinking about how this is going to impact Melanie at the end of the day. So to them, it's like all they're focused on is, oh, you're just mad he brought somebody in here because for them, that's all it is. That's like, it's all it is. They're not focused on, no, you actually hurt my feelings. I need you to come down to the human level and not like this animalistic man bullshit that you're operating in because that's not it whatsoever. I need you to be able to ignore that side so that you can relate to me on a human level and treat me like a woman should be treated. Like treat me like a person and not also like it's like they're trying to objectify the situation and make it like about something that it's not whatsoever. It's about him not choosing Annayia after leading her on to believe that she was going to get chosen every single time. You left this experience with her feeling like it was going to go a specific way and she put faith in that based on the things that he was saying. And it's like, did you not just see what played out on the screen? Like, do you feel like the things that you just saw play out on the screen are the things that Annayia was under an understanding of? Like, there's no way that Annayia would have chosen to come back into the experience single if she knew exactly how Casey felt. And it's like they kept ignoring that part and like not trying to meet her at a human level, which I think added to the fuel in the situation, which is why everybody was just going back and forth because I literally was like, all right, now Zach, this might not be where you want to play because you also are in the boat of not being 100% honest about things. So we don't need to be adding into nobody's shit.
And do we want to talk about them now?
Yes.
Like I need him
Kata was too stunned to speak, baby.
Yeah, I need her to leave him because that is the lack of transparency. Like, why does she not know that the girl left? Yes. Like, that feels like something she should have known.
That should have been one of the first things to know. Well, one, I couldn't even choose her if it was the option because she had to leave. Two, I wasn't going to choose her. There's a conversation we had where I let her know pretty much I'm missing you, Cater, too much, and I'm gonna go ahead and pick Cater. Like that's all he had to say. Did we kiss? Yes, we kissed a couple times outside of the challenge. I did explore to see, what it would be like, and I can see how you can see that is, disrespectful. And I'm happy that you moved respectfully. So I apologize if that wasn't reciprocated. Like it could have gone so many different ways. And back to just like having the vocabulary to apologize and take responsibility. It's that, and it's also the emotional piece, right? Like one, if you don't know how to, or if you don't understand your emotions, one, you're not gonna be able to relate to other people, which is why Casey was cruel, right? Because he couldn't get there with Annayia. You know what I'm saying? Because Zach, he can't get there with Kata because they don't explore their own shit. They just moving by the seat of their pants, like for real. So they don't even know how to communicate effectively and with empathy, which is why they keep trying to rectify with these stupid ass excuses. But I say all that to say Zach shouldn't have been in nobody's business, and he most definitely could have said to Kata 1,010 ways that girl left.
And the reason why, another thing that's touted a lot of times is they're so afraid of the woman's reaction. They're so afraid of the fact that it sounds like the bullshit they about to say. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it sounds like some shit you might leave me over, so I don't want to say it because I don't want you to leave me. You know what I'm saying? And they that's the shit. That's the dishonest shit. It's like, don't try to put my reality into like puzzle pieces and give me a picture. Let me see what the fuck it is, and let me decide for myself if I want to be here. Because, like, for better or for worse, we see Melanie. She does kind of know the shit. Like, we'll
Yeah.
get to her in a second, but she kind of knows the shit, and it's like she can kind of see the picture a little bit, right? You get what I'm saying? Even though sincere as he does lie, but it's like she done caught him in enough that it's like you ain't gotta finish the whole puzzle to know that it's a landscape or the river. You know what I'm saying? You can see there's enough pieces in the puzzle that's together.
Yeah.
So it's one thing to have like a Zach and Kato situation or an Annayia KC situation where it's like you're leaving out chunks of information,
Yeah.
and it's like that's
But
important. I
yeah,
mean, there
I
are
will
different
also say,
levels, but yeah.
yeah, most definitely. I will also say too with Zach, the reason why I'm just like he give a little he give just he really do give fuck boy, like he really do, because he the fuck
Fuck boy
boy
with an
who will.
accent, a British accent.
Yes, I'm sure the accents moves things over a little bit, but he also just be so upfront with it. You know what I'm saying? Like saying
Mhm.
things like, "Well, we're not boyfriend and girlfriend.
Mhm.
I love you." Oh, that was a joke. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
he's doing it, and he just, and it's like it's a little. It kind of like you get taken aback a little bit, where it's like, oh well, like I guess, like I
He
feel
does
like
it in
that
your
will leave.
face. Like
Yes, he does it in your face, but I feel
yeah.
like it will leave you in like a bit of like a shock. Like, how do I respond to this? Because
Respond.
like it is true, right? Like, well, he everything that he said happened. I do see on the camera. He wasn't lying about
Mm.
it. He didn't tell me that the girl wasn't there, but all of the events where he was being intimate, he did tell me. So like that should be so confusing for women, because it's like, what do you do? It's like, and I always say, because I had an ex one type to like, well, at least I'm honest. I don't give a fuck about your honesty. Okay, I give a fuck about your consideration. I give
And
a fuck
your
about
honesty.
you.
You care about his honesty, but you
No,
but
I
you
care
care
about
about the
his honesty, but
consideration
you
more.
can throw
Yeah.
that fucking honesty out the goddamn window if we gotta rectify shit because you done did some shit I don't like.
You want both.
Yes, but I want you to be a man of so much integrity
Yeah.
that you like, I don't even want to have to explain no shit like this, so I ain't finna move like that.
No, facts. I agree. That's what I'm
That's what I
saying.
want.
You you
That's
you
what I
you
want.
want
That's
you
where I
want
want the
both.
honest man to come in,
Yeah.
where we ain't gotta
Yeah.
piece through shit. But
Ain't
yeah,
shit to be
Zach,
honest about.
right? He do it so in your face that it can put you off your rocker. So I can understand a little bit where Kata kind of be like, it's like she be having a
Mm.
reaction in the moment, and then she just sit there with it, and it's like, she do it every single time.
Yeah, he's arrogant. I don't like him. I don't like him. I've been not
Yeah.
liking him since he was moping in the bed. Like that moping thing soured me on him because I liked him in the beginning, and I don't like him now.
Yeah, agreed.
But one of the things that I not to go back to the Casey and the night thing, but I was like, oh, this is the first time they hearing all the comments like "fuck you." Actually, I take my comments back. They. I think their reactions were it's okay. Okay. I do. I actually do. Because I'm like, they're getting re-traumatized.
You
Okay.
get new
Yeah,
information.
I forgot about that. But I
Yeah.
think it's just like we are fatigued with it, just being honest.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like, so it's like, oh,
honestly.
y'all could pipe down now. But I
Yeah.
think that they get in new information. So I'm okay with it. But eh, 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 it's, I,
TT, she came in with that. Y'all were ganging up on him. If the roles were reversed, I'm like, TT, does this also not your fight? Don't speak up for Casey no more,
but
especially after you see him being deceptive. And even you had to say, well, all the guys actually did come up to me and say that he's a new man with me. So what y'all mean y'all didn't know?
I,
What y'all
yeah.
mean y'all didn't know?
Yeah, she convinced me with that because also when she was talking about if the roles were reversed, right? Like they wouldn't gang up on you, and it's like I don't have nothing to do. with them and what they spoke on with their chest. I'm talking about me. I had the right to speak. So if you want to talk to them and about how they piped up and be, they supported me as friends should, that's on them. But I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, what am I, what am I supposed to do? Like, I'm not the controller of this group over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
It also but it also just didn't make sense because she added into the rah-rah. You added in when you was confronting the
Yeah,
boys
yeah,
about coming up to you saying that Casey was a
yeah,
new man with you. That sounds like, girl, what?
yeah. She just want to
You're
be in the
literally
mix.
part of the gang up.
Yeah, she want to be in the mix. And then also, at the end of the day, it's like this. I'm so tired of everybody on Twitter and it's not Twitter, Threads, because we ain't on Twitter no more. Okay, but I'm so tired of everybody on Threads and all the back and forth. It is actually aggravating, even though I be on there sometimes. But but it's aggravating because it's like, bruh, like, I get that we don't want to see black men drag. I get it. But also, like, this is some foul shit. I do wish that the ladies had let him, because this seemed like to be the most genuine apology that we was about to hear. I do wish they had let him give that little whatever it was going to be. But also at the same time, I can understand not wanting to hear sorry, It's like, this is how it comes. And I think everything they said, that it's like I'm back and forth on it because like everything they said was accurate. Like when Trinity's like, you're all of that, that's why you have something to say when it's brought to you, when it's brought to your doorstep. Here we got movie night. Now you got something to say. You should have been had something to say. You said these things. You get what I'm saying? But I done did back on them. Let's move forward. You want to go to Melanie?
I do want to say though, because I am with you with I felt like this was about to be a genuine apology. That's why I said if anything, this was like some good character development for KC because he was actually able to see himself out on for. I actually do think he probably gonna have to sit with this a little bit and with his reaction. I think even when he go home and have to watch back to how he reacted to the reaction of seeing himself, you know what I'm saying, and to the ladies, he gonna have to really sit with himself because it's like, yeah, no, bro, like you was most definitely moving. And I love that Annayia was like, in case you were wondering why I called you a coward,
this is why telling the boys everything, but never telling them. And then also, I think at the end of the day, if you have fucked someone over and their emotions start to boil over, let that shit happen. Like people, because I know, I haven't been on Threads, but I know people gonna be like, oh, you see how Annayia did? You see how she did? You see how she did? It's like, this man, she just saying that this man done call her all, like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. No, I'm not really happy for her. I don't give a fuck for her. Whatever. It's like, and they lucky they didn't say the get off my dick comment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They lucky they didn't say that, show that shit. Maybe that's still to come. I don't know. But it's like,
I don't think they do confessionals.
Okay. But it's like, that's an appropriate reaction. Like people want people to have nice reactions to disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Nice, like they want you to be like, oh, you disrespected me. They prefer probably to see somebody react the way Melanie did in the first part, because the second part seemed like she turned it up. Yeah. But they prefer to see somebody docile and like, you hurt me. They respect that sort of reaction. They can receive that sort of reaction. They can't receive somebody being like, fuck no. You got me twisted. And if you're going to stand up in my face, I'm going to stand up in yours, okay? Because they want a victim to be a docile person. And if you're in any way kind of hitting them with the, oh, no, fuck you, no, you got me
twisted.
Then
they victimize themselves.
Then you're not a victim. You know what I'm saying? They the victim because of how you coming at them off of some shit that they done did. So all of that, it's been annoying. But do we want to get into Melanie and Sincere?
Yeah, let's get into Melanie and Sincere. That one hurt, I ain't gonna lie. Especially because she was just sitting there. I said, who chill, baby? I felt like that was a real deal dissociative experience for her. And for everybody, honestly. Mm-hmm. Like, the boys couldn't say shit. Couldn't nobody say shit. Because it's like, everybody shocked. Like, oh, you moving real foul. Sincere is actually the villain this season. He the biggest villain.
It's just like they got a lot of them. Because Casey up there with him. He the biggest. Corbin up there. You think he the biggest?
I do think he the biggest.
I don't know. They
the compilation really, I was like, ooh, Casey is the biggest villain. He is. I mean, not Casey. Sincere.
Sincere.
Sincere's seeing the compilation. I like Sincere. Sincere
Is
is
the
the
biggest.
biggest villain.
I mean, it's interesting. I really look at them like a Mount Rushmore of villains. Him, Corbin, Zach up there too. You know what I'm saying? Zach motherfucking
Yeah,
ass
Zach
up
up
there.
there too.
Gabe was up there at first, maybe. I don't know what he was. I don't know what he was. But Zach for sure. And at Corbin, Casey, it's like they all up there. I don't know. Because it's like there are some good things and there's some bad things, but that Sincere does. It's hard to gauge it because I'm so angry
That
about KC. So it's hard for me to
yeah,
gauge it. I may not be in the right mind to gauge it, but I do think that Sincere's shit is foul. Hands down.
it's
It's
very
foul.
foul. Just very foul. It's like KC's stuff has like a slight, just a slight door that sometimes you can walk in, right? Just it's very slight,
What does
very
that
very
mean? A
slight.
door that you can walk in?
In terms of like I can somewhat see some sides, not of everything. So please don't get it confused. I'm not saying of everything, but of
Mm.
some of the things that have happened between him and Annayia, especially before Casa Amor. There's a
Mm-hmm.
slight door there. But
Mm-hmm.
with Sincere, he's just straight up moving foul. Even him
Mm.
sitting down, going back to him sitting down with Annayia to say, oh yeah, KC said Soul looks like his ex. Then being like, oh yeah, I fuck with Annayia heavy, trying to console her, talk to her about shit, but also too you engaging in this conversation with
With
KC
TT? Oh.
and with TT. You know what I'm saying? Like he doing too much because he just be talking. He is somebody who truly don't understand impact whatsoever. He's
Mm-hmm.
just moving. He's just
Mm-hmm.
moving and moving with selfishness at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day.
No, I agree. I
Sincere the
agree.
biggest villain. He really is.
I
He
mean,
really is.
I can't say I would doubt it. I just let me after the season go off. You know, I'm too much in my KC. Like you done pissed me off, KC, and I already known all this stuff about Sincere, so it feels like I'm numb to Sincere. So he very well may be. It may be that I'm just in a moment, but I think it's like your egregiousness, and then sometimes about how the actions you do temper it. Even though he did all that he did over there, he tries to have these conversations with her, and well, it is what it is. I'm not about to sit here and try to be
Yeah,
an
it
apologist
ain't
for
it
his
ain't that
ass
for
because
Sincere over here,
yeah, I guess it's
because he's
I guess it's
lying in
like
those conversations.
no, he
He's
is
also
girl.
not, and he's dropping just enough to not be left. You know what I'm saying? Like he's
Yeah,
very much so
I think I'm just
purposely
so numb to
doing
it
just enough. Yeah, because
because it's
it's
like
like
it's
you
he went like
regular
this
Joe
since day
Schmo
one.
always doing some bullshit. Yeah, but nah,
Yeah, no, I can see
he
it.
the biggest
And I
villain.
acknowledge it might be just I'm just like literally in a moment of like KC, I expected more of you, and so I'm just like in a moment. But
Yeah,
I
even when
definitely
he
think he's up
started
there.
Yeah, even when he started to apologize in this, it's like you
Hmm.
still just talking. You ain't even giving a
Yeah,
moment to
yeah,
fucking settle, to really be
yeah.
like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you was really doing some foul shit. The way they going back and forth between them conversations, baby, I need you to sit and be quiet for a second,
Hmm.
let that mull over, and then speak. You don't just right off the gate. I'm sorry. I didn't mean like that's not the moment to do that.
You know what it
Mm-mm.
is for me that is really having me have a difficulty switching from KC to Sincere and being like uh, one worse than the other than just being equal. It is the aggression. I don't like a man operating with a woman without like some sort of gentleness. You know what I'm saying? Even in his lies, he's a little gentle with the girl. You know what I'm saying? He ain't never coming in like like he never operated and just been as cold as Casey has been with Annayia. But I'm not trying to say it's his things aren't more. I just more egregious. I'm just talking through what may be
Yeah.
having myself a little like they're all equal. You're all on this Mount
I hear
Rushmore.
you.
It
I
may be
hear you. I
that
don't
for
think
that's what's pause for me, but Again,
Well,
I agree. He's probably the most
yeah,
villain. I'm just
yeah, not, but his
not in the headspace.
gentleness is used as a manipulation tactic. It's
True,
it's
true,
it's not.
true. True, true,
Casey's at least
true.
is coming out of like his aggression is coming out of I don't know what to say. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how to regulate myself through this
Mm-hmm.
discomfort. And so
Yeah.
I'm having an elevated reaction. I can't meet you where you are because I don't understand your emotions. I don't understand what I'm feeling. I'm
Yeah.
being held to the fire and it's really
Yeah.
hard for me to take some accountability. Sincere, he come in and try and say all the right things to
Mm-hmm.
patch it on up and to
Mm-hmm.
smooth it over. And the fact that
Mm-hmm.
it was going back and forth, I said, "Oh, we've been dogging out the wrong one." Sincere,
Not the wrong one. They all could get it.
sincere.
They all
And
can get it.
I low key was like, "Ladies, where are y'all at?
I
Where
think
are
that
y'all at?"
But I think the issue is that we have been dogging Sincere all season. Like
I'm
he has
talking about the
been
reaction after the movie night. The
after the
ladies,
movie
yes,
night.
yes.
I think they fatigued on it as well. Like I think that they have been seeing it, like they're numb to it, you know? Like I think everybody recognizes that
I don't think so. Annayia was
oh,
literally saying since Melanie is Sincere's, I mean Sincere is Melanie's person or whatever she said. Because when she said that shit after she had that conversation with Sincere, I'm sitting here thinking, girl, come on now, let's use our big brain. Yeah, let's use that brain you was using when you was talking to KC, my girl, because this was not it.
but
This
you
was not
notice how
it.
she said she said that Melanie is Sincere's person. She didn't say that Sincere was Melanie's person. And so, and I wrote that down because
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, she may be the person that's going to be put up with his shit, right? She may be the person that helps him see that, like, I need to be a better person, right? But what about her and all of this, you know? And
right.
so,
That's what I'm saying. Annayia, we're not rooting for that being Sincere's person. We need to be rooting for who is Melanie's person.
Melanie's
That's why I
person,
said
yeah.
no, girl. We using the wrong brain here. But I do think the girl should have went in on Sincere as I think the reason why it did not happen is for two reasons. One, I think everybody was bamboo. I think everybody was feeling a little like dissociated from that experience because it was like, whoa, what are we seeing? Like, it's some icky shit happening on the
Mm-hmm.
screen, but
Mm-hmm.
this shit is fucking crazy. You know how when it's like when you done, like, and you have no fucking words, you just sit there
Mm-hmm.
in silence because it's like I can't even stir up the energy. That is what that was given. And I think that
Mm-hmm.
is part of why everybody was quiet because it was just like, there's nothing absolutely to explain. With the KC shit, it's like, oh no, this shit actually make me a little angry. Like, what the fuck? Like, nah, let's talk about this shit because I'm feeling disrespected. But that shit was on a whole nother level. Two, I also think that it might be a little bit easier to get a little rah rah and go at it with a black man than with a Sincere. So I think that could have been part of it as well.
I mean, I think some of it was Melanie's reaction, you know, like she's sad. And so to start yelling while she's like, you can tell she's trying to hold herself together is a lot. I don't want to underestimate the fact that like it has been happening all fucking season. You get what I'm
To
saying?
us,
It's the
they
fourth.
did not know it was
No,
to that
they
extent.
did. Like, no, no. I mean, I understand that they're seeing the other side of it, but they have seen the Melanie and Sincere show this whole time. They all are aware that it's some fuck shit. He been walking around with Soul. He been this, he been that. He been in Soul ties for an hour. They've seen it, and they see that she's kind of spiraling because of it. They see that at a minimum. Like I remember one time my dad told me in a relationship, he was like, you know, I was thinking about getting back with somebody and he was just like, you know, I was like, are you guys gonna hate him? And he's like, I'm not gonna hate him if I can see in you that you're relaxed and you're calm. That's an indication that he's treating you right. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then everything else that he learned is water under the bridge. And so I said it to say in this situation that like in this, it's like her people can see that he's not treating her right. This behavior of how she's like frantic and all this stuff is not coming from nowhere. And so I think honestly, people are fatigued on the Melanie Sincere thing in that villa. That's like the fourth week of seeing it close up in action. I think somebody even said that they were fatigued. I don't know. Maybe that was last year. But I think that's part of it. And I do believe like race has a lot to do with a lot of things. I really do. And we talk about it a lot on this podcast. But I think that way more than that, right, in this situation between Casey or Corbin or Sincere is that Casey be trying to buck back. He doesn't receive that he has hurt somebody and let them express themselves. Because even in when Melanie fussed Sincere out, he just took it. You know what I'm saying? He came, he gave her the flower. KC liked to buck back. And he has not yet learned that you do have to, in some ways, I think as a man, you got to absorb some of those feelings because it's like sometimes y'all be moving too foul, too not in the emotions of like the person or having empathy. And so you need to receive some of that sometimes. And
Sincere might have
Casey,
had practice.
he might have had practice. I'm not trying. Corbin definitely had practice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
Yeah.
not trying to say that it's genuine, because Corbin's
Yeah.
ain't genuine. He just know how to do it, and it's effective. You get what I'm saying? It's effective. It ratchets up the situation when you try to buck back. When you try to be like, all right, whatever. All right, when you try to do that, it just ratchets up the situation, and that's what KC does very differently than both the other fuckboys. Because so that's my view on it.
I'm gonna say, in this specific conversation, KC didn't start bucking. He started with trying to apologize.
Yeah, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that like he didn't start bucking, but he did buck. It's like when they started trying to fuss him out, that's when it's like you do need to like learn how to, especially when it's like you did the wrong. Like, I'm not trying to sit here and say let people fuss you out if you didn't do the wrong, but you did the wrong and they have hurt feelings. So there's a level of like just eating certain things, like eating it. Like if Sincere had been like, Melanie, like I came back here, you sitting here fussing, and then you ruining the moment, like you would have been like, ew,
I don't know
Sincere,
the way
fuck you. Like you
yeah.
would have thought of him even more, like, you would have had gross feelings towards him even more than you do. Like,
Yeah,
I personally do feel
I
that.
think the way, because both Sincere and Casey both started off with an apology. Annayia immediately was like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to
Yeah.
hear it. Right. And Casey was like, well, let me talk, let me talk, let me talk. It was not until like, I think like a little bit more where it really started getting rowdy on Casey's end. I don't think he immediately went into that conversation bucking. All the ladies, as soon as Casey started trying to apologize, in this one specifically, now that first one I get, but in this one specifically, all the ladies was going in on him. Like, they started it off. And I'm just saying that part specifically, I really do think like it is part of it, not all of it, because I do agree that like it was like all new information, whatever. Part of Aniya's reaction probably helped. All the things, yes, but I'm not just. I just don't want to dismiss the fact that race probably also has something to do with the ease that it is. Like, okay, to just get up and start bucking back and forth. I'm not gonna put all of that on KC. Not in that one.
I,
Not
I
in that.
I actually will though, because it's a carryover. It's like he bucked, he was like every situation he has never taken full accountability. So all the weight of all of those things pile up, and they came to this conversation with that, with that there. So I think that there is something to like how he approaches these conversations and takes accountability. And
He approached it with "I'm sorry."
I
He
like,
approached it calmly. He approached it
but
saying
I'm
like, it
saying
don't
it's the
feel good to
build
see
up.
that.
And so that's what's in their minds. You know what I'm saying? Because that's
Yeah.
the last conversation that they've had with him, is that he, whatever, like whatever that happened at the fire pit the first time, it's like the general sense is that this man does not take accountability. And it also kind of seemed like that when he does say I'm sorry, that he's not fully saying a real I'm sorry. And so I think that is part of Aniya's like stopping him. I do think that I would have liked her to let him, say that, but I personally do feel like there is something about how he has not taken accountability through all of this that is a little bit part of the reason why the energy for him is the way it is. And then also seeing all of that because it's aggressive. Like I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like what Sincere is doing isn't aggressive. You know what I'm saying? It's aggressive when you start saying like, oh fuck, fuck, yeah, I don't give a fuck for real. Like using curse words, like it's inciting energy. I don't know how to explain it, but Sincere just gives you ain't right and you ain't never gonna be right.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, so when we did all the movie night stuff, should we talk about this whole Kinsey, Dylan, Jen, Gal situation?
Oh yeah.
Um, I was with Jen. Okay, Jen said, outside
Mhm.
of this villa, outside of this experience, we wouldn't be friends. I could not trust you because the
Yeah.
way you move it is about self. And Kinsey ass thought she was finna go and get consoled by Dylan. Dylan said, well, I can actually see where she's coming from. I can understand it because, yeah, I
Yeah.
feel a little bit like you can't be trusted as well. I love that. I
Yeah.
said, yeah, we're not finna baby you Kinsey girl. You finna get all your shit. And I can't wait for the next episode because it looks
Right.
like they're gonna show Corbin and her kissing. Melanie, she was like, oh my God, Kinsey. Because yeah, the disappointment. Actually, no, she didn't just screw over Jen. She also screwed you over, Melanie, because she ain't a girl's girl. She ain't a real friend.
She's not. She's really not.
She
And
not.
I also don't even understand how she got upset at Jen saying that. It's like these are your actions. Like she's in that boat too. She's on that Mount Rushmore. I think she might take Zach's spot. To be honest, like I think
Yeah,
it's like
she's a
the
villain.
three guys and Kinsey S on the Rushmore of fuck boys and girls because
Yeah.
like
No, we just need to make a fifth spot. We're not removing Zach.
I know, right? But it's like they're all the same person. It's like how do they start putting it on other people that like when somebody tells you truth about your actions, you know what I'm saying? Like Jen is saying the way you're moving, if we were on the outside, I wouldn't be friends with you because I wouldn't be able to trust you. And then she's like, oh, that actually makes me feel bad. It's like, bitch, it's supposed to. Learn from it.
Right.
Do better. It doesn't feel good to hear things about yourself that aren't the best, the way that you're treating other people. Because, like, in this experience, she hasn't thought about anybody else not once. All them girls rallied to get Corbin to her. She didn't think about anybody else not once.
Yeah.
Not once. Not even her friend.
Yes.
Not once.
I'm happy they onto her ass.
Yeah, I'm not even sure how they weren't always on to her because it's actually ridiculous. Like I have continuously disliked Kinsey from the beginning. I hope Dylan don't choose her. I'm like, apparently this little kiss with Gal was like one and done. She's like, it's like a handshake to me. A kiss is like she must not have enjoyed the kiss.
Well, no, because she said the next morning when she was talking to somebody at the little island, kitchen island thing, she said she still wants to explore Gal, but she feels bad about kissing him because who was she talking to? Annayia? Yeah, she said she feels bad about kissing him because it made Dylan cry. And I was like, oh, he cried. So she would still want to explore Gal if Dylan didn't have that reaction. And I hate it.
So let's talk about Dylan's reaction because this man is not right.
Yeah, it was a bit much. It was a bit much, child. Like, it's been a week. Right. And you out here crying over this girl kissing another man in Love Island and Gal of all men.
Yeah, I think he faking.
Oh, personally. Yeah, definitely.
He either faking or this man not right. Like, he not right.
The tears wasn't even real. I didn't see not one teardrop coming out that man's eyes. He doing what the little 3-year-olds do. That's how he was crying. He was crying like a 3-year-old.
Stupid. But
yes,
I'm putting my heart out there.
Literally. But I will say I hated the way she explained how they had the conversation. She was like, one thing about me, I like physical touch. And through the whole convo, we were like, I'm like, no, girl, you was touching him. He was not touching your ass. And then like we went in for a kiss. He said, well, did you ask for it? Well, he kind of knew it was coming. Bitch, what the fuck does that mean? Like, he knew it was coming because what? You was giving sexual energy. You was giving come kiss me energy. I think it's actually worse that he didn't have to ask.
No,
he just knew to lean in.
Yeah, no, facts. I thought he was going to lose her crying into her arms like that. He was all Dylan. He was was all like,
Yeah.
I'm like, Kinsey like a man. She like at least she like a dog. She like a woof woof. Okay, she don't like no puppy. Okay, and so I don't know, but
Kinsey,
it's
Kinsey
she
would like her, and they give
facts.
her the most attention and energy. And so I'm pretty sure she loved the fact that this man was crying over her. She was
Yeah,
like, "Oh,
maybe.
he really, really liked me. This is exactly what I need."
Mm.
Um, but I did like that he said there's no reason to keep exploring if you're sure. Exploring is for
Yes.
being unsure. So you're telling me you're sure over here, but you're exploring. So what is it? If
Yeah.
only that could be applied to other situations where it's not based
Mhm.
off of a week. This one, I'm gonna
Mhm.
have to say, Dylan, you might need to let that ride a little bit. But I'm glad Kinsey finna get her comeuppance in this movie night. And
Mhm.
somebody in the comments said, "Movie night is just gonna drag the men." I want to be like, the men is the one who got all the shit to talk about. Besides Kinsey,
Yeah. No
what
facts.
the ladies done did.
Yeah. I fear though that this episode has not squashed any of the beefs and
You know.
Twitter's gonna be on quite another uproar. Even like our conversation was like we not see eye to eye on everything, and it's like, it's just about to split. The thread's gonna be fractured into new factions. It's
Yeah.
too much. Too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. We got anything else to discuss from this episode?
No, the only thing I do want to just know is I can't wait to see, or like, will we ever see a different conversation between Trinity and Bryce? All we get is where they're at, like how they feel about each other. Like, we don't get shit else, and that's kind of annoying, I would have to
Yeah.
say.
No, they faking, but
Yeah.
fake to the bank, fake it to the bank.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like this overall, I will say Love Island is traumatic, man. This shit is
Yeah, it's a
like
lot.
it's
They too young for
annoying.
this.
Yeah, facts.
Straight up.
Um,
Oh, we didn't talk about Annayia and Carl. We didn't really talk about them last episode either.
I
Um,
forgot. Yeah, not her saying she was about to fuck that man and say less. I
Les,
said, okay,
okay.
sis. Okay, because
Yes,
it
yes.
did look right good. It did look right good. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And this is why I had said earlier there is like a slight door, like very, very slight door for Kate. Because at the end of the day, and I wasn't giving KC this energy. She wasn't.
But
She
look, I ain't
wasn't.
got time to talk about
She
it. I
wasn't,
ain't got
baby.
time
I'm
to talk about
sorry.
it.
We're not finna act like throughout, like, yes, because two things can't be true, okay? And at the end of the day, Annayia was not feeling KC. So Annayia also probably could have said a little bit. Well, it's not that she didn't like him at all. I think there was probably like a little bit of like in there, but it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
like what they keep saying, lusting. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't, baby, you my man, my man, my man, my man. And so I think
Mm-hmm.
Annayia also too probably could have been a little bit more forward with her feelings about, or like where she was at with it. I don't know if it was the confusion that was going on as to why she felt like she
Mm-hmm.
couldn't lean in fully with Casey, or if it was attraction. I don't know, because she had also said that she felt like, she called Casey fine shit, said she was
Yeah.
more attracted to Casey than Carl. So it's a
She
lot
said that?
over there too.
Mm.
She did. She definitely
Mm.
did.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think she liked him. I think that I think she's just a slow burn. Like there were times when I wasn't sure, No, I really do. Like you done heard me say like there were times when I wasn't sure, and I thought that like no, she don't like him, or there was times we like
She
is
ain't
she
slow burning with
colorist that,
Carl.
huh?
She ain't slow burning with Carl.
But I guess what I'm trying to say is that also think that this is a different context. Like I think that all of the emotions and everything she's been through with
Mm-hmm.
everyone, it's like that girl is like trying
Bad.
to. I'm not saying she's mad and she's over here with Carl because she's mad. I think because I don't,
No.
she doesn't give me that energy, but I think that she's like, I'm on national television. He just played in my face. I'm gonna have a good time, and I'm gonna show y'all I'm
Mm-hmm.
having a good time. So I think that some of the I'm gonna hop on you and I'm gonna get down. It's like I'm gonna let my guard down just a little bit and not be such a prude because y'all got me fucked up, or he got me fucked up, or you not gonna play in my face and think I'm not about to do my. This is her big one. We
Yeah.
was like, where the big one, girl? It's right here. This is the big one, and I think
Yeah.
that that's all this is. I think she's still a slow burn. I think that if he had met her in the real world, she wouldn't be busting it open like that. Personally, I mean, not that she's busting
Maybe.
it open, but
I said Carl getting that revenge puss. You know what I'm saying? When you be
yes,
pissed off. He pissed off. He was
exactly.
like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
Like,
Now I do think she likes him because they got a lot in
yeah.
common, but I also think that it's easier for him to slide in there than it is KC because of this context. So I like
Yeah.
to say I think she's a slow burn. I think she might have liked him, and I think also with women, like time, like emotional bonds can be stronger for us
Yeah.
than like
And move shit a lot
just how
quicker.
we it can affect how you even like a person, like the emotion. Like I ain't never seen a man be with a woman he think is ugly, but I done
Yeah.
for damn sure seen some women be with some ugly men but it's like something about the personality and the insides made them look at that man differently. I ain't never seen that happen in the reverse. It's just
Yeah.
so I think that some of that could have been at play too. But she said she think he's fine. I don't think he's ugly or anything like that. But if she wasn't her like type, like I
Yeah.
think them 3 weeks and that emotional, the reassurance, all that, Loki, they might have been in a toxic thing too.
Maybe. I don't know if it's all of that. But I will say the last thing I did want to say on this before we wrap up was Sincere. He talking about, so I don't know if you had heard him. He was like, they playing all the old clips. I said, baby, you don't want them to play the new ones. If these are old clips, you don't want them to play the new ones. Like, what are we talking about here? That's why I said that he the villain. He is the villain, okay? And on that note, y'all, I do want to apologize in advance, okay? I'm going on vacation.
Oh yeah.
So we will have a guest coming in my spot.
Yeah.
Not every day, but on some days. I'm not going to be here every day. I'm so sorry. I will miss y'all. I'm going to miss, doing this every night with y'all. But I will be here sporadically. So y'all be nice to our guest. Be kind with company. Okay. Show some hospitality.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all for the rest of Love Island. If you have not already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. Click the description to get your Love Island t-shirts. Make sure you follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Black Girls Talking TV, and leave us a 5-star review if you're on Apple or Spotify. And we will catch y'all for Thursday. Bye.